And welcome back. Now we want to go to a topic that was made famous right here in Southern Nevada. Our chief investigator, George Knapp, who many of you may know as the UFO reporter, has our question.
What's out there? There have been recent revelations of several government agencies looking into UAPs, more commonly known as UFOs. This is video of one of the most famous ones, the Tic Tac UFO. We don't know what that is, but it appears to be a matter of national security. The Pentagon says all of these instances can be easily explained. New UAP hearings are slated for both the House and the Senate. Do you support more UFO transparency? And should Congress create something independent of the Department of Defense to conduct the research?
So, Ms. Rosen, you'll have 1 minute here. Should Congress do its own independent investigation into UFOs?
Well, this is a topic that we have talked about. I sit on the Armed Services Committee, and we know that as your video showed, Area 51 is here in Nevada, in the center of Nevada, and it's a top secret military site. I do think it's important that we do our independent investigation. Of course, in the Senate, we are responsible for oversight. We have committees in both houses. I do think it would be important to see what we're doing there and if there is any merit to this.
Mr. Brown, you have 1 moment here to respond. Should Congress do its own independent investigation into UFOs?
Well, I think I'm just as curious as anyone. I'd love to know what's going on. I never saw any sort of technology like that when I was in the service. I'm not sure I fully trust Congress, to be able to figure it out. Maybe Elon Musk can. But when you're talking about secrets, here's the sort of secrets I think Nevadans deserve to know about. And that is why Senator Rosen has violated the Stock Act multiple times. As someone who has a $15 million trust, whose net worth went up 61%, while most of us are suffering with the higher prices and less take-home pay. We're worried about paying rent, putting food on our table, some people even having to leave the dignity of retirement and go back to work. We want to know, what is Senator Rosen trading on, and why does she have hundreds of thousands of dollars of big pharma stock while she continues to profit and we suffer?
Ms. Rosen, let me give you 30 seconds here to respond.
Okay, so, that had nothing to do with UFOs. That guy did not answer the question at all. Bad move, dude. Should have answered the question there respectfully. But she did, and that's interesting, right? And those kind of questions should be asked. It's like she kind of deflected and whatever. You could tell she probably is not into the topic, but, is trying to give the best political answer, right? The other guy just completely did not want to talk about that at all, right? So I don't know. I think it needs to be asked more and more so that people do develop an answer that they want to give and have a position, because that's really what becomes the problem here, is that politicians need a position to pivot off of with this, right? They need to develop a position based on something, whatever they base it on, right? Research from their staff or something to give them a position, because it's something that constituents care about. So now you need to have a position on it. And when you're asked, you can then give that position. But right now, people don't know what to say to that. Right? They pivot to something else, or they pivot to you know what I mean? But not specifically about UAP and what should be done. Very few, right, have a position on that. And again, more people need to talk about it so that these politicians will develop a position and have an opinion on the policy that they would enact about this. Because right now they're just taking it as like, do you like Coke or Dr. Pepper? It's not a serious question to them. I'm glad it's getting asked. And George Knapp did a good job of presenting sort of, he focused on the government aspect of it, right? This approved video getting released, right? Of a UFO, right? Regardless of what you think it is, no way to confirm exactly what's in there in that video, but so it's still a UFO. So anyway, that's my opinion on that.